What's going on, everybody? My name is KingProdigy and welcome back to a brand new video on the Doom Clan channel. In today's video, we're going to be going through all of the brand new Season 3 ground loot in Warzone. If you guys have hopped into a game since the update on Wednesday, you will have noticed that all of the ground loot, for the most part, has been changed. There's more variants added, there's more guns, there's different rarities now of things that previously weren't in the game, and so on. So we went through and spent the last 2 days ranking all of the top guns for you guys, that way you guys know what you should and shouldn't be picking up on the ground in Warzone. If you guys do find this video helpful, make sure you guys leave a like rating and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, if you do enjoy and want to stay up to date with all of the brand new Season 3 content. We got a bunch of cool videos coming up for you guys very soon that I know for a fact you guys will enjoy. Make sure you guys comment down below as well what your favorite gun to actually run around with is. And on that note, let's get right into all of the rankings. So to kick things off, all of us agreed that the rarest and probably most overpowered gun you could actually obtain out of a chest was the golden grenade launcher, the Noob Tube. Some of you guys may be looking at this and be wondering where this is actually in the game, and I promise you guys it is. Some of you guys may not even have seen this. It is a extremely rare drop, but I promise you guys when you get it, you need to switch something out and pick this up because it is super overpowered. The nade launcher takes 3 Noob Tubes to destroy a truck, a couple for vehicles, but it almost instantly downs people if you do hit them, and you can spam the crap out of these. It's really useful in these clips here that you're seeing when you go to push into houses, or if you got people hiding up on rooftops and you guys got to push upstairs and all that stuff. I highly recommend giving it a go. I promise you guys picking this up will be worth it. Alright, so now that I put you guys on to the insanely overpowered golden Noob Tube, the best assault rifles that you guys should be using kind of depend on whether or not you are late game or early game. Obviously, right as you land, right, you're not going to have a ton of options when it comes to stuff. So the best ARs that are the most easy to find are going to be the FAMAS, the M4, and the Odin. Obviously, a good general rule of thumb here is for especially some of these lower variants, something that I noticed, the uncommons, the commons, and the rare ones, the ones with up to 3 attachments. Every time you basically pick up one of these guns, there's usually an attachment that will give you either a red dot sight, more bullets, or even potentially sleight of hand. And so it's always good to pick up those and switch them out for higher variants, at least up until the rare ones, which are just the blue guns. Again, this is just a little trend that I saw looking at our spreadsheet. It's not always 100% going to be that way, but that is just a kind of general rule of thumb that will probably help you guys out at the start of the game when there's tons of people around you guys. My personal favorite out of, again, those guns is the M4 Purist variant. It is a 50-round mag iron sight M4, and the FAMAS with a holographic sight, also a rare variant. But of course, if you guys can't find any of those, just pick up a gray or green one and upgrade it to the blue one when you see it. So now, moving on from the more common assault rifle variants that you can find on the ground right off the rip of the game, the best ARs that we were able to actually find on our sheet were the Epic Kilo variants. These variants both feature 100-round mags and pretty good attachments. The 100-round mag makes this gun super OP, making them very easy to use, and of course, you don't have to reload as much in the middle of gunfights, allowing you to be able to team wipe if you guys are put in a bad spot, or even fight multiple teams without having to reload at all. If you do find one of these variants, you could actually use it for a majority of the game, and it's also super important to note as well that if you guys haven't seen, they did increase the loadout drop price to $10,000 now, so it may be a little harder to get your loadout drops, and you can use this gun for a very significant portion of the game, allowing you guys to actually get more kills without maybe having to hit a loadout drop right away. Now, moving on to the SMGs, the best SMGs to pick up right off the rip, kind of following that same suit again, picking up all of the higher tier variants up until the rare or blue ones to get those extra red dots, the silencers, the sleight of hand, are the P90 and the Uzi. The P90 and the Uzi are by far the most common SMGs now on the ground, as well as the Uzi basically seeming to be a MP7 replacement, making this tip I'm about to tell you guys extremely important. The normal, very common gray mini Uzi, which obviously doesn't have any perks or attachments, right, gets a giant upgrade when you switch it out for a green mini Uzi, which has sleight of hand. The mini Uzi does only have 32 bullets in a clip, so just making sure that you pick up the green Uzi the instant you see it, as opposed to your silver one if you do have the chance, will make a giant difference, especially in those early gunfights when you have a lot of people pushing you. Moving along now from the more common variants to the rarer ones, the MP5, MP7, and the AUG legendary variants are the rarest SMGs you could possibly find. The best SMG is the MP7 Vespertine. It is an MP7 that has the attachments of FSS Recon Barrel, a flip hybrid sight, a close quarter stock 60-round mag, and a stippled grip tape, allowing you to have some attachments that minimize recoil, but also maintain a relatively fast ADS speed. This barrel also allows you to have extra damage at range and assists you in using the 4x sight, which you may not think is super usable, but I promise you guys, if you guys pick this up, you guys can actually use this as almost an AR. It's pretty nuts. The second best SMG I'd pick up is the legendary MP5 variant. It has an ACOG sight on it, so it's a little odd. It definitely takes a little bit of time to get used to, but I promise you guys this is the second best SMG, especially when you're running around trying to get into houses and stuff like that. I would definitely take these variants over, like, say, an AUG, for example, because I feel like the AUG up close isn't too effective, as at least in comparison to the MP5 and MP7, so that's why you definitely want to pick these, as opposed to the other SMGs on the ground, like the legendary AUGs. Next up, we have the snipers and the marksman rifles. I will say now, I do not like the marksman rifles, the Kar 98 and Dragunov. While they may be slightly more common, you should definitely not pick those up. You definitely want to go for the AX50s, you want to go for the HDRs, and even sometimes the SKS. And if you're not sure what the SKS is, it's the new DLC weapon that actually dropped with this season's battle pass, and it's really good. It's like a 3 to 4 bullet kill. If you guys do come across that, give that a go. It is a rare variant, so you have a pretty good chance of coming across it. The legendary HDR variant is probably going to be the best sniper for a couple of different reasons. The HDR with the same attachments as the AX50 actually aims in a little quicker than the AX50 does. Also, on top of that, the HDR has faster traveling bullets, meaning you don't have to lead people who are running left to right as much, and it also means that the gun is going to have less bullet drop, meaning you don't have to aim above somebody as high. And of course, as you're sniping further and further away, that is only going to be amplified. So if you want something that's easy to use and that does more damage than the AX50, you guys definitely need to be picking up the HDR. Next up on our list is the LMGs, shotguns, and launchers. The most common LMGs you're going to find on the map are the PKM, the M91, and the MG42. The PKM, in my opinion, is a little easier to use, a little less recoil, and despite it being a pretty slow gun, it does actually shred through teams, especially if you mount it, so you just gotta kind of play smart with it. Definitely take a PKM over an M91, and then for the rare LMGs, the best epic and the legendary LMGs are the Holger and the MG42. The Holger has the mobility of an AR with the 100-round mag as well. It has a really similar feel to the Kilo, which is actually kind of surprising because, again, it is an LMG, but it is still very good and very usable. Again, if you're trying to save money on that loadout drop, you guys can use that for a very long part of the game. I would definitely take the Holger as well over the legendary MG42, again, because it just kind of has more of like an AR type feel, despite the legendary MG42 having a very fast fire rate. With this Season 3 update, they did actually add a ton of shotgun variants too. The most common ones you're probably going to find are the 725 and R90, with the best variant out of all of these being the epic Bankroll R90. It's a pretty OP gun. It's really useful when it comes to like clearing out houses and stuff like that, but again, I would definitely make sure you're checking the zone before you end up picking up any of these shotguns. If you think a circle is going to go like downtown or something, or somewhere you're going to have to push inside of buildings, definitely grab a shotty. It actually could pay off pretty well. I know a lot of people have been running the Origin 2 on custom loadouts lately. I have seen that in a couple different places. And then lastly, we have the special equipment, some of the secondaries, the RPGs, the Jokers, the Pila, the Riot Shield, and the Crossbow are all available now from crates. In my personal opinion, the RPG is significantly better than all of these other launchers. However, the Joker does have some uses for shooting missiles at people from extremely far away where the RPG can't. I've seen a lot of clips, especially over on Reddit, of people getting 3 pieces with the Joker and 4 pieces of just entirely wiping teams with it, all because it comes from the sky and they can't see exactly where it's coming from, especially if they got locked on from far away. The Riot Shield is something I have started to come across. I've seen some pretty newbie people pick it up. I personally don't think it's worth it. I'm sure are some situations where the Riot Shield would help you. Say, for example, if you're stuck in a house, you just killed a team, and say one of them had a Riot Shield, right? And you're gonna have to run across the field. You might want to pick one up, but just so you guys know that it is in the game, I figured I would give it an honorable mention. And that is actually going to do it for today's video. Again, thank you guys very much. If you guys did make it all the way until the end, comment down below S3. We're gonna pin the very first person that actually comments that down below. And again, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up. This video took a pretty long time to make. We had to sift through like literally hundreds of variants and figure out what the best stuff was. If you guys are new and you want to stay up to date with all of our new videos, click that sub button and hit the bell so you guys stay up to date and get notified every time we upload a new video. We got a bunch of really neat videos coming up soon, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy them. So until next time, guys, thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you guys are at, and peace.